Hello everyone and welcome to Rock Studios. I'm Lucy Caton, the brand lead for Europe, Middle East and Africa at Rockwell Automation. And I'm joined today by Manju Venugopal, Senior Engineering Manager for Product Security at Rockwell Automation. Manju, welcome to the studio.
Great to be here.
And David Main-Reade. David is responsible for EU regulatory affairs at Rockwell Automation. So David, welcome to the studio.
Morning, Lucy.
So today we're going to be talking about a really important topic, navigating EU cybersecurity regulations. So I'm really excited to hear your thoughts and perspectives on this topic. So let's get straight into the questions. So David, my first question to you. With an increase in EU cybersecurity regulations, what is different about the upcoming iterations?
So, yes, there is an increase. We talk about a tsunami of regulation. To just pluck a few, there's 36 in the current rolling programme from the Commission. Probably important ones for our customers is the evolution from NIS to NIS2, which is end-user focused. But we also have to consider the machinery regulation, the Radio Equipment Directive, and the Cyber Resilience Act are all relatively new with the concept of cyber and mandate a requirement for CE marking of product. So this is a new frontier. We've never had to consider this before. And it's quite complex. You know, there's some aspects of this that are potentially in tension. So functional safety to cyber security aren't always good bedfellows. One is lock it down, one is constantly update. So a lot of things, and the timeline to do this is also pretty short. You know, we've got NIS2 is this year. We have the Cyber Resilience Act and machinery regulation is 27. It looks like it's a long time away, but it's not for some of the life cycle development processes in place.
That's great context. And Manju, David touched a little bit there on some of the complexities. So my question to you, considering the complexity, how do you think manufacturers should approach navigating these new regulations?
There are, of course, many regulations and they may seem fragmented. But from a manufacturer's perspective, utilizing secure development practices, having those foundational principles right, and building security into the product sets us in a right path forward.
That's great additional context. Thank you, Manju. So, David, if I could come back to you, will establishing a strong foundation help manufacturers to be future ready to the changes in cybersecurity regulations?
So Manju touched on it, so that the foundational requirements are kind of implicit in some of the regulations and directives like NIS2. To have a good kind of hygiene standard for cyber, we have to start with a good policy in place. So we have to lay our foundations today to be ready for a couple of years' time. And it's not just once, you know, this is an evolving story. As an example, with the Cyber Resilience Act, we're looking at kind of mid-2027, and then we'll have delegated and implementing acts that follow on. So we really need a strong foundational piece in place to manage that kind of cyber life cycle. And maybe it's more akin to some of the product development. That's when the action really starts with kind of Manju.
That's great context. And Manju, my final question to you, how crucial is it for manufacturers to start ensuring compliance with these regulations right now?
Our products are quite complex as it serves various industries. It is different from developing a mobile app, say. You know, developing a PLC is different from developing a mobile app. It takes a long time. So the product lives in the market for decades, perhaps, and they have complex requirements as a product in addition to the functional safety and various aspects that we have to build into the product. So starting early on and securing those processes right away in our development cycle helps us set a path right, sets us on a right path. Starting early on with the processes in place and having the right requirements in the product sets us on the right path to comply to these regulations when they hit the market.
So I'm hearing from both of you that this is really imperative. It's crucial to keep up with these legislations, pardon me, and to really comply with these and to act now. Manju, David, it's been great to have you in the studio. Thank you for joining me and sharing your perspectives on the topic.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Lucy.
And thank you for watching. If you'd like to learn more about cybersecurity solutions, visit rockwellautomation.com.